See, when you're talking of today the disruption in the existing ecosystem, now you'll always find that the disruption will come at in the gray zone, but it is something which is lurking below the radar. It suddenly pops up. And the people today, when we are talking of the CIO's level, we are only primarily focuses more on the cyber security and all those aspects. Now, cyber security is more of a tactical response to, and it's more of reactory in nature. Some incident has happened and you're reacting to it. But what I would like to suggest is, when we talk of cyber intelligence, and we are talking of something at a strategic level, you're actually looking the entire spectrum in terms of what are the events or the actions which are happening, so that you become more of a proactive. You have to be in a position that to ensure that the event doesn't happen. And for that, you have to have an intelligence to it. You cannot do it based on a tactical response. It has to be a strategic response. So that's where it's about positioning your assets. It's getting your analysts in place so that you can build a picture in advance before the event actually happens. That would be my take for disruption. Now, as far as today we have there's so much talk about security happening, security at every space. This actually brings us to a dynamic question where you need to see in terms of, if I become very secure, try to put in systems which are very secure, so the functionality and your freedom of movement, everything comes to a standstill. Now that's where you need to take a, strike a balance between the security and your functionality. Now, if I have to address security, please understand, in the cyber domain, the security is a triad. We all think there is a silver bullet, we put a particular technology, we put a particular box, and wow, everything is taken care of. It doesn't happen that way. There are three important components to it. One is the technology, of course, then are the people, and then there are the processes. And among these three, the weakest link is the people. Their awareness to the security processes, their awareness to the value of that information, what he's handling or what he's giving away. So until we address all three components, that is the people, that they have to be trained, they have to be made aware, the processes have to be aligned with, for the digital domain now. We continue with the processes which are of the legacy domain, which was more of manual processes. If we continue with the same process in the digital domain and map them, it is bound to create loopholes. So it is very important that in this transformation which is going to take place through the digital domain, your processes are also mapped to the digital domain, people are trained, and then you apply the technology. Addressing just the technology or just the people, and it is no go. It will never start. It will never give you the desired end goal. It's being alive. I would say you have to be alive to your environment. You have to be alive to the changes that are taking place around you. And accordingly, you have to reposition yourself. In the military, we have something called OODA loop. We call it observe, orient, decide, and act. Unless until you are not observing, you will never be able to orient yourself to the new situation. And if you are not orienting yourself, you will never be able to deploy, or you will never be able to take action accordingly. So it's always being alive to the new changes which are happening and grow.